To a Local 10 investigation, a family's emergency call for help turns into a nightmare with weapons drawn. And tonight we're seeing exclusive video of that police encounter.
Local 10 investigator Amy Viteri has more on the accusations between officers who say they were properly trained to help those with mental health issues and the family who believes things couldn't have gone worse.
911, do you have an emergency?
Hi, can you please send an ambulance over?
What's wrong?
My brother's he's not feeling well.
It started as a call for medical help to a Coral Springs home. The family of Lorenzo Sanchez says for years he's suffered from schizophrenia, depression, and bipolar disorder. On July 3rd, he was having an episode. Concerned he may hurt himself or had overdosed on prescription medication, Lorenzo and his family agreed he should go to the hospital.
Is he doing drugs or drinking?
I'm not sure.
Coral Springs police arrived ahead of paramedics. According to the report, there was a safety alert on the home because of a call 12 years ago when Lorenzo Sanchez was Baker-acted and reportedly threatened to kill his family. The family says that never happened. In 2007, Lorenzo tried to take his own life, and they had no idea their residence was flagged as a danger to law enforcement.
This is the first time we've even ever heard of that. He was trying to hurt himself in regards to, basically he took a lot of medication, more than what he was supposed to, like a lot of sleeping pills and so forth.
If they'd known the response they would get this summer, they say they would never have called 911. Home video shows Sanchez's sister answer the door, confused to see officers instead of paramedics. What happens next is in dispute. Officers say they found Lorenzo in the bedroom in an agitated state and claim his sister told them he was detoxing off the street drug Flakka. Lorenzo's brother Carlos says that's not true.
So no one in your family ever said anything about the drug Flakka to this officer?
No.
Toxicology results later showed no Flakka or similar drugs in Lorenzo's system, but a police report says Lorenzo became violent with officers, forcing them to try to restrain him.
Lorenzo, come on, man!
The family says Lorenzo only became frightened when the officers became aggressive.
We call for help, calling for ambulance, and the next thing you know, there's 6 officers on top of your brother. Beat him down, choking him.
Carlos Sanchez recorded this cell phone video after police forced him out of the room.
Lorenzo, relax! Lorenzo, yo, come on! Lorenzo, relax, man! No! You need the time, man! I understand hurting anybody.
When they tased him, you hear him scream. And they tased him more than once, which is just so crazy. This makes no sense.
In court documents, one officer claimed he thought he saw a gun, but never mentioned it to other cops or family members. Carlos Sanchez says the next day, someone from the police department called to ask about guns in the home.
Does your brother own a weapon? No, he's never owned a weapon. Is there a weapon in the house? No, there's nothing like that. And I'll say, officer, why are you asking me this?
Lorenzo was hospitalized for 3 days for injuries from being repeatedly struck with the baton and tased several times. The family's attorney says he's now facing felony charges from the arrest.
Nobody called and said Mr. Sanchez is dangerous, Mr. Sanchez is hurting people. They said he needs medical attention. And instead of getting medical attention, they send 15 officers.
People with schizophrenia and any type of psychotic disorder have a distorted perception of the world.
Psychiatrist Dr. Daniel Bober has not treated Sanchez, but says he often advises his patients and their families to avoid calling 911 if possible.
Whenever you call the police, you've now turned this into a law enforcement situation. And they may not deal with it the way you would deal with it.
They're at risk.
For now, Sanchez is at a mental health facility getting treatment and has not been allowed home since the arrest. He's still dealing with a shoulder injury from that day and struggles to speak about what happened.
The whole incident, I was afraid of for my life. I was very fearful. Never been arrested ever in my life.
To know that you're calling for help to get to a situation where now he's facing felony charges, he's getting beat down.
Lorenzo, relax, please, man!
Coral Springs police tell me no one from the family has contacted them about filing a complaint or looking into this incident. The family and their attorney say their first priority is fighting the criminal charges, but a complaint is coming. Amy Viteri, Local 10 News.